Hi everyone, I welcome you again to today's video tutorial where you and I are together going to be solving and revising the 2016 mathematics for grade 7. Follow through and let's solve mathematics together. Question number 1 in the 2016 paper said, find the next number in the sequence 23, 20, 17, 14. Find the next number in the sequence 23, 20, 17, 14. So for us to be able to find the next number in the sequence, when you're dealing with sequences, you first and foremost have to know what pattern were they following. So let's be able to study what we have been given so far. So we have been given 23, 20, 17, 14. And so for us to be able to find this number, like I said, we need to know the pattern. So if we focus and look at this, here we are noticing that there is a minus 3. So 23 minus 3, it comes to 20. Again there, it's another minus 3 to 17. Then from 17 to 4 is another minus 3. So the pattern that we are following here is subtracting 3. So the first number, subtract 3 gives you 20. 20 subtract 3 gives you 17. 17 subtract 3 gives you 14. And 14 subtract 3, it will give you 11. And so 11 is our answer. And if we look at the multiple choice that we are given, 11 comes as option A. So for number 1 in the 2016 paper, the answer was A. We quickly go to number 2. Our question 2 says, add 251,279 to 384,945. So for us to be able to add this, we'll write the first number there firstly. We also add the second number there. Put the addition sign in that way and let's add. 9 plus 4, 14. So you write a 4, you carry a 1. 7 plus 4, 11. Plus that 1, 12. So you write a 2, carry a 1. The 1 is the remainder here, so you carry it. You carry it. So you come the next 2 plus 9, 11. Plus 1, 12. So 2, carry 1 again. 1 plus 4, 5. Plus that remainder, the number that we carried, we have 6. 5 plus 8 is 13. So 3, carry 1. 2 plus 3, 5. Plus 1, 6. And that becomes our answer. And if you look at the multiple choice that we had on number 2, we find that 636,224 came as option D. Therefore, the answer for number 2 was D. We quickly go to number 3. Question number 3 says, express 0.45 as a percentage. Express 0.45 as a percentage. There, the only thing that you are doing is that you are adding. You are converting this decimal number into a percentage, and therefore the first way we'll use for us to be able to get the answer, if you have a decimal number like that, for you to convert it to a percentage, method number 1, which I'll show you, is I just multiply that decimal number by 100. So when you multiply it by 100, you find that the answer that you get will be, so when you multiply these two zeros, they'll move the decimal place there from here to there. So your answer becomes 45. Remember to add your percentage. Or we can look at method 2. Method 2 could be that you consider the number 0.45 and you say how many decimal places does it have? It has 2. So it has 1, 2 decimal places. So you convert it into a fraction of 100, then you multiply it by 100. However, 100 and 100 will cancel each other there, leaving a 1 there and a 1 there. So 45 times 1 is still 45 over 1. 1 into 45 still gives you 45%. So 45% according to our multiple choice on number 3 was option A, and therefore our answer for number 3 was A. We move to number 4. Number 4 says, which of the lines on the diagram is a line of symmetry? Which of the lines on the diagram is a line of symmetry? So before we are able to really know or identify the line of symmetry, you first have to identify and know what is a line of symmetry. So for you to be able to identify it, you need to know what it is. So what is a line of symmetry? So a line of symmetry is that line which cuts the given shape into 2 equal parts. So like when you fold the shape which you are given, you should have 2 parts which are equal. So we can begin. Is it BD? If you fold it the other side, it won't be 2 equal parts. Is it EF? No. Is it GH? No. Is it AC? Yes, AC is our answer. So we'll go for A and C. And we look at our multiple choice there. We've been asked, is the answer GH? No. B says, is the answer EF? No. C says, is the answer BD? No. D says, is the answer AC? Yes. Why is the answer AC? Because if you fold this shape midway like that, you form this part and that part are going to fit perfectly against each other. And therefore, AC becomes our answer as the line which represents our answer. And therefore, AC came as the answer for option D. Number 4, our answer was D. We go to number 5. Number 5, we've been given 823,146 minus 371,502. So there, we quickly subtract in that way. Minus 371,502. You do that. 6 take away 2, you have a 4. 4 take away 0. 4. 1 take away 5, it can't. Borrow 1 from that one, it becomes 11. That remains as a 2. So 11 take away 5, you have 6. 2 take away 1, you have a 1. 2 take away 7, it can't. Borrow 1 from that, that remains a 5. That becomes a 12. 12 take away 7, you have a 5. 7 take away 3, you have a 4. And you have your answer, 451,644. And the answer for 51,644 was represented as option A. So our answer for question 5 was A. Quickly, we move on to the next one, which says, the number line below shows, so they want us to be able to indicate an equation which this shows. What does that number line show? So let's be able to solve it together. So we see that the first line on this number line starts from 0 and goes to -3. So we can say -3 plus, then the second line starts from -3 and moves how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moves 6 steps in the positive direction. So we have 6 steps in the positive direction for it to be able to give us the answer what? Positive 3. So that is what our number line is showing. That is what our number line is showing. So are we able to find that? Are we able to find that on our answers? Yes, we have that on our answer, and that is represented on B, option B. That is represented as option B, and so our answer for number 6 was B. Question 7 says, in Roman numerals, the number 1643 can be written as. So what they're asking us for is that we convert that number, this number, into Roman numerals. Okay. So let's just do a quick revision when it comes to Roman numerals. 1 is represented by I, like that. We know 5 is represented by V. 10 is represented by X. 50 is represented by L. 100 represented by C. 500 is represented by D. 1000 is represented by M. So we have been told that we need to convert now these numerals into Roman numerals. So this is 1000. So 1000, let's get the M. 1000. This is 600. 600. How do we write 600? 600 is, we know we have a 500, which is our D, plus 600. This is now 500. So we need to add 100 for it to be 600. So we write it like this. So M1000 plus 500 plus Z 100, which has made 1600. Now we write the 43. So we do not have 43 here. So the only thing that we have to do is to make up the 43. So we have 50 and we have X there. So we can work with those two. So if we write LX, this is 50 plus X. But if we want it to become a 40, we put the X at the back of L. If the smaller Roman numeral is behind the larger one, it means subtraction. So this is 50, take away 10, which makes it 40. So our 40 there shall be indicated as XL, and then we need a 3. So we have 1 there, so we can just do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So this Roman numeral which we have now, we have 1643 in that particular way. So when we go to our answers there, we see that the answer which we have found is represented by option C. Is represented by option C. So our answer for number 7 was C. We go to number 8. Number 8 says the numbers 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24 are multiples of, they are multiples of, okay, so these ones are, because, okay, it has started with 3. We know that these are multiples of 3 itself. These are multiples of 3 itself. That one is just straightforward. They are multiples of 3. If we look at our multiples now, our multiple choice which we've been given, we have A being representing the same 3 which we've chosen as our answer. So our answer for number 8 was A. Number 9. 5 to the power 3 can also be written as, okay, so 5 to the power 3, this is the same thing as 5 times 5 times 5. So that and this is the same thing. And that answer on number 9 was represented as option D. So number 9, our answer was D. We go to number 10. Number 10 says, express the ratio 5 kg to 25 kg in its simplest form. So we write something like this. Okay, we know it's 5 kg to 25 kg. Eh? We know it's that way, 5 kg to 25 kg. So we can literally just maybe even just do it in this way. 5 to 25. In its lowest terms, we know 5 is common there and 5 is also common in there. So we can say 5 there, 1, 5 there, it goes there 5 times, and that becomes our ratio. And that ratio was represented as option, that ratio was represented as option B. Option B. 1 to 5. The ratio 1 to 5 was represented as option B. We go to our 11th question. Question 11 says, a company bought 759 pockets of cement in one shop and 456 pockets in another shop. How many pockets of cement did the company buy altogether? So there, we've been told we have 759 pockets of cement bought in another shop, and we have 456 pockets of cement bought in another shop also. So how many pockets of cement did this company buy altogether? So there, we just find the sum. So we just do 759 plus 456. 9 plus 6 there, 5, carry 1, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 1, 11, 1, carry 1, 7 plus 4, 11, plus 1, 12. So this company bought 1,215 pockets of cement. And that answer was represented as option A. Option A. So number 11, the answer was A. We go to number 12. Number 12, we have been taught add 1.41 plus 5.97 plus 15.048. 15.048. So we are adding there 1.41. Next, 5, make sure the point is in the same line. 9, 7, then we have that one. So make sure even as you are adding this one, the point is already in the same line. So we have the 5, then 1. 1 will come in front, then 0, 4, 8. You can do that, you can add. So there you can even do that if you like, so that you know the place there, the 0 is acting as a place further. Okay, so 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 1 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12. So 2, carry 1. 4 plus 9, 11, 4 plus 9, 13. 13 plus 0, still 13. Plus the remainder 1, 14. So 4, carry 1. So the point goes in that way. 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus the remainder 1, 12. Carry 1. 0 plus 0, 0. Plus 1, 1. Plus the remainder 1, 2. And you have your answer there as 22.482. Pardon me, 22.428. 22.428. That's how you read it. And that answer, 22.428, was represented on D. So our answer there is D for question number 12. Alright, we now go to question number 13. We are getting there. We'll be done very soon. Okay, question 13. If 24 plus 3x less than or equal to 30, the value of x is, so this question is simply asking us to be able to find the value of x, which is that x represented there. So if we do, you're looking at 24, that's the inequation, 24x less than or equal to 30. Let's group the like terms, x less than or equal to 30, this one goes the other side, becomes minus 24. Minus 24 is 6. So x is less than or equal to 6. X is less than or equal to 6. And that answer was represented as option A. So number 13, the answer was A in that way. Question 14. What is 4 over 5 of 2 over 3? So we are looking at 4 over 5. When they say of, it's the same as multiplication there of 2 over 3. Since we're multiplying 4 times 2 gives us 8, 5 times 3 gives us 15. And okay, there's nothing common, so it's written in its simplest form, and that becomes our answer. Option 14, the answer was 8 over 15, and it was presented on option C. So option C is our answer in that particular way. Question 15 says, Machipisa sold all his goods at a discount of 10%. What was the discount on a dress which he was selling at 800 kwacha? Machipisa sold all his goods at a discount of 10%. What was the discount on a dress which he was selling at 800? So there, the discount percentage over total percentage times the selling price, which is 800. So 0 there, 0, 0 there, 0. Okay, we can even do that over 1. So 10 times 8, it gives us 80 over 1. So 1 into 80, that should be 80 itself. So the 80% which we have found there represents how much in kwacha was the 10% discount. So if we have that, okay, that's the 80% is our answer. However, 80% is our answer. We move on to question 16. Musonda had 21 eggs in a box. If Y eggs are broken and 17 eggs are not, find the value of Y. Find the value of Y. So, okay, so there we have been told that Musonda had 21 eggs in a box. That was the total. So if Y eggs were broken, so we are saying Y plus and 17 eggs were not. So Y plus 17 eggs, Y eggs plus 17 eggs must be equal to give us the total number of eggs, which was 21. So this represents the total number of eggs. So for us to find the value of Y, we say Y is equal to 21, then group the like terms, 17 goes to the other side, which becomes, when it crosses, since it's positive 17, once it crosses the equal sign, it becomes a negative 17. So y is equal to 21 minus 17, which is 4. And therefore, when we look at our multiple choice, 4 was represented as option B. We go to number 17. Find the highest common factor of 12 and 18. Find the highest common factor of 12 and 18. So for you to be able to find the highest common factor, you do that. And 18 there. So what are the factors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. Okay, for 18 we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18 itself. Okay, what are the common factors? What common factors do we have? What common factors are there? 1, so that and that is common. That and that is common. That and that is common. 6 and 6 is common. So our common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, among us the factors that we have, what is the HCF? What is the highest common factor among us the factors which we have? Meaning, what is the highest number which is a factor of the two numbers? So from our common factors here, we can see that 6 is the highest number there. So we have 6 as our answer, the highest common factor, and it came as option C. It came as option C, so our answer was C. We quickly go to number 18. Question 18 says, find the mode of 4, 14, 10, 10, 7, 8, 14, 16, 19, 10, 13. So a mode is the number which is mostly repeated. When you look at sequences and series, and you want to know what a mode is, the number that is often written, that oftentimes appears, which appears the most, that's our mode. So we can see, maybe let's do it this side. 14 appears how many times? 1, 2, 2 times. 10 there appears how many times? 1, 2, 3. 10 appears 3 times. What else? And all the remaining numbers are appearing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So in this case, the mode is 10. So our mode is equal to 10. So I can just say mode is equal to 10. And the mode being 10 was represented as option B. So our answer there is B for number 18. We quickly go to the question 19, which gives us a fraction. They say, can you add 3, 2 over 5 plus 1 over 5? So we see that's a mixed fraction. Let's convert it into an improper fraction. So 5 times 3, 15 plus 2, 17. Plus 1 over 5. Common denominator, 5 is common for both. 5 into 5, 1. 1 times 17, it's 17. Plus 5 into 5, 1. 1 times 1 is 1, which would be equal to 18 over 5. Then 5 into 18 goes there. 5 into 18 goes there 3 times. Remainder 3 over 5. And 3 over 5 was represented as on D. So question 19, our answer was D. That's where we find the answer 3 over 5. Okay, we go to question number 20. Question number 20 says, a bicycle was bought at 750 kwacha and was later sold at 645 kwacha. find the loss that was made. So we see that this bicycle was bought at a higher amount. It was bought at a higher amount, being 750 kwacha. However, it was sold at a lower amount, being 645 kwacha. So find the loss that was made. So for us to be able to find the loss, we are going to get our selling price being 750 minus, pardon me, for us to be able to find the loss that was made, our loss is going to be equal to the cost price take away the selling price. That should give us our loss. So we know that we have a 750 kwacha being the cost price, take away the selling price, which is 645.00 there. Let's subtract 0.4110, take away 5 is 50. Then we have 1 kwacha. So the loss was 105 kwacha, 105 kwacha, and that was shown as the answer for option C. So our answer for number 20 was C. We quickly go to 21. Question 21 says, if set A is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, and set B is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 5, list A intersection B. List A intersection B. So if we are going to use the list method, well, we should just be able to list. We'll see whatever is common in both. So we're able to see 2 and 2 there, 3 and 3, 5 and 5. Why are we circling what is common? Because an intersection set is a set which represents those elements that appear in both sets. The elements that are appearing in set B and the elements that are appearing in set A. So the listed elements appearing in both is 2, 3, and 5. So we just write them once, 2, 3, and 5, and that becomes our answer. So our answer is that which is shown on option B. Option B. So 21, the answer was B. That's the answer that was to be shaded. However, if you wanted to use the Venn diagram for that, you would simply do something like this. Set A, set B, that's the universal. So intersection is the middle part. It takes whatever is common. So what is common is 2, 3, 5. So what does set A remain with? Does remain with 7 and 9. What does set B remain with? It only remains with 1. So still that is our intersection on the middle right there. And that is exactly what we've listed. Question 22. Mutale had $28. He bought a shirt and a pair of shoes, and his change was $3. How much did he spend? How much did he spend? So there we know that out of the $28 that Mutale had, she bought a shirt, we are told, And on top of that, she also bought shoes, a pair of shoes. And she had change being $3. How much did she spend? So we have our change there. We know that our total, which she had, was $28. So just subtract that with the change that she had, $3. So meaning her expenditure was that, $25. And $25 was represented to us as option D. So the answer was D. Question 23. Subtract 2/3 minus 1/8. For us to be able to get the answers there, we do 2/3 minus 1/8. Common denominator. What's the common denominator of 3 and 8? That should be 24. 3 into 24 goes there 8 times. 8 times 2, 16, minus 2 into, 8 into 24. It goes there 3 times. 3 times 1 is still 3, which will give us 13/24 as our answer. And when we look at our multiple choice here, we see 13/24 as option A. And therefore, we conclude our answer for question 23 was A. We move on to question 24, which says a polygon with 4 sides is called A. Alright, so there our answer is quadrilateral. Our answer is quadrilateral. So a shape with 3 sides is called a triangle, 4 sides quadrilateral, 5 sides hexagon, 6 a shape with 3 sides is called a triangle, 4 sides a quadrilateral, 5 sides a pentagon, 6 sides hexagon, 7 sides you can say heptagon, 8 sides octagon, 9 sides nonagon, and 10 sides decagon. So our answer, we're looking for a shape which has 4 sides, and we are saying it's a quadrilateral. And if we look at our multiple choice here, they told us A trapezium, B square, C A trapezium, B square, C rhombus, D parallelogram. Now, among the answers that we have, okay, so let me just so a shape with 4 sides we've established is quadrilateral. When we come to the answers which we have been told, A trapezium, B square, C rhombus, D parallelogram. So a trapezium, yes, it has 4 sides, but it is not a regular shape. C rhombus, yes, has 4 sides, but it's not a regular shape. D, we have a parallelogram. It has 4 sides, but it's not a regular shape. But we have our square, which has 4 sides, and it is also a regular shape. And therefore, B, or number 24, was the answer which we were looking for. We go to question number 25. Question number 25 says, Matemba bought 16.52 kg of beef. Write the mass of the beef to 1 decimal place. Okay, so we have the mass of beef which was bought, which was 16.52 kg, which is in 2 decimal places. Now they want us to write this mass to 1 decimal place. So we consider that 2 as the round off figure, And if it's above 5, 5 and above, we add 1 to that. If it's below, we just ignore it. So in this case, it's below 5, we can say 6.5 kg. So just cancel out the 2 and you have it in 1 decimal place, and that came as option C. So 25, the answer was C. 26 says find the mean of 90, 80, and 40. Find the mean of 90, 80, and 40. Okay, so the mean, we're talking about something similar to the average, like the average of what we have been given. So we are going to add all that we have, 90 plus 80 plus 40 over how many values were there, which is 3. 90 plus 80 is 170. 170 plus 40 gives us 210 over 3. 3 into 21 there is 7. 3 there, 1 itself. So we have 70 over 1 is the same as 70. So our mean there was 70, and 70 was represented as option B. As option B. We go to question 27. Question 27 said, look at the number line below. Look at the number line below. Which of the following numbers are greater than -1? Which of the following numbers are greater than -1? So when it comes to a number line, going to the right, we are increasing. Going to the left, we are reducing. And so, if we stand, we can say, as you go towards the right, numbers are doing what? Increasing in value. So this side will increase in value. But as we go the opposite side in the negative direction, we reduce in value or decrease in value. Decrease in value. What's the word decrease? Decrease in value. So as you go this side, you are reducing the value. As you go with this side, you're increasing in value. So if we're considering -1, it means that the numbers which will be greater than -1 should be 0, 1, 2, because they are in a direction which is increasing in value. Therefore, the numbers which we say are greater than 1 there will be 0, 1, 2. That as our answer. And when we look at our multiple choice there, we know that that answer was represented as A. So question 27, the answer was A. We go to 28. 28 gives us two base 5 numbers and they want us to add them. So we've been given 2, 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 4. However, they are both in base 5. So let's add. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So let's put our 5 there, which we found. Let's divide it by 5 since we're in base 5. And we're going to get our answer 1 and the remainder 0. So in there, you write 0, then you carry the 1, give it to the next one. 1 plus 4, 5 again, plus the remainder 1, 6. So we do the same, 6 in there, 5. 5 into 6, 1, remainder 1. So we carry the remainder and we write it, then we carry this 1 on top. 2 plus 3, 5, plus 1, we have 6. Again, we can't write 6, so we do the same like we did there. 5 into 6, 1, remainder 1, so you write the remainder 1 again. And then you carry the 1 and give it to the next one. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus remainder 1 is 4. And that becomes our answer in base 5. 4, 1, 1, 0. 4, 1, 1, 0. which came as option B. We move on to question 28. Question 28. Question 28 says the lowest common multiple of 8, 9, and 12 is. The lowest common multiple of 8, 9, and 12 is. So we're going to write them in that particular way. And let's find the multiples of each value. The multiples of each value. So the first multiple of 8 is 8 itself. 16, 24, 32, 40, 28, 56, 64, 72, 8. First multiple of 9 is 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. And the first multiple of 12 is 12 itself. 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. Now, what is the CM? The CM requires us to find, this is the CM stands for common multiple. So what is common in all the three? What can we see is common in all the three there? Maybe let me just say the LCM. The LCM. So let's say, okay, 24 appears there, but 9 has no 24, but we see 24 appears in 12. However, what we are looking for must be something that appears in everything. Okay, so the answer cannot be 24. Let's see what else. 32 only appears in 8 and nothing else. Okay, which other value is common? 48 appears in 8 as a multiple of 8. 48 also appears as a multiple of 12, but 9 doesn't have it as a common multiple. So 48 cannot be the answer. What else is common? Okay, let's just go to 72. So 72 appears as a multiple of 8. 72 appears as a multiple of 9. 72 appears as a multiple of 12. And that is the lowest number or the lowest multiple which is common among all the three values we are considering. Therefore, 72 is our LCM. And 72 was represented as option A. So question 29, the answer was A. We come to 30, we can just do using long division there. Say 23, then you say, alright, so 23 into 89, 23 into 89, it goes there 3 times. Then 3 times 23, we have 3 times 3 there giving us 9, 3 times 2 giving us 6, then subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0, 8 minus 6 is 2. 23 into 20 it can, so drop down that to make it 207. 23 into 207 goes there 9 times. 9 times 23 is 207. Then we do that, subtract, and we get 0, 0, 0 there. So we know that here our answer was equal to 39, and the answer 39 was represented by option D. And so the answer there was D. Question 31. Movita covered a distance of 280 kilometers in 4 hours. At what speed was he traveling? The question is, at what speed was Movita traveling? So we know that speed is equal to distance over time. So that should be 280 over 4. Then down there we have hour. So 4 into 28 is 7, and that is 0 remains. So we're looking at 70 kilometers per hour as the top speed he was traveling at, and that was represented on option A. So our answer was A. We go to number 32. Arrange the Roman numerals below from the smallest to the largest. Arrange the Roman numerals below from the smallest to the largest. So we have that Roman numeral, we have that, and we have that. So first and foremost, want to know what is this in Arabic numeral. So this is 10 plus 5, we're talking about 15. This is 50 plus 5, so we're talking about 55. This is 10 plus 1, so we're talking about 11. So arrange from smallest to biggest. So smallest is that. So we'll say comma, and that becomes our answer from smallest to biggest, and that answer was represented on option C. That was option C. That becomes our answer. Question 33 says, find the volume of a cuboid of length 7 centimeters, width 5 centimeters, and height 3 centimeters. So we know volume is equal to L times B times H, which will be equal to our length is 7 times 5 times 3. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 times 5, we're looking at 105 centimeter cubic as our answer. And when we look at our multiple choice, that came as option D. We go to question 34. Question 34 says, if 2 shirts cost 150 kwacha, how much will 12 shirts of the same type cost? So we know that 2 shirts were able to cost, 150. What about 12 shirts? What will they cost? We don't know. So we represent the cost of the 12 shirts by X. So we can remove that. So just let's cross multiply. We're doing this because this is direct proportion. So 2 times X gives us 2X. Then 12 times 150 gives us 180. So that will be over 2. Pardon me, it gives us 1,800. So we do over 2 since we just want to have the value of X. So 2 and 2 cancels each other there. So I remain with X being equal to 2 there, 1, 2 there, goes there 9 times. So I'm looking at 900. So what we're saying is that if 2 shirts are able to cost 150, then we know that 12 shirts will be able to cost 900 kwacha. And 900 kwacha as an answer was represented on option A. So our answer for 34 was A. We quickly go to 35. At 35, we have a chart, a diagram there, and the question tells us the bar chart below shows the production of maize at a farm from 2005 to 2010. The bar chart below shows the production of maize at a farm from 2005 to 2010. So there we have it. So we know This was the number of tanks in production. These were the years it took for the production. We see in 2005 there was 20 tanks. 2016 we had 40 tanks of maize. 2007 had 10 tanks of maize. 2008 50 tons of maize. 2009 30 tons of maize, and 2010 20 tons of maize. Therefore, they ask us now the question to say, what is the difference between the tons of maize produced in 2007 and the tons of maize produced in 2008? So we know that in 2007, the tons of maize produced were 10 tons. And in 2008, the tons of maize produced was, in 2008 was 50 tons. 50 tons. So what is the difference? We know that the difference is going to be equal to the 50 tons minus 10 tons of maize, which should be able to give us 40 tons of maize as the difference, and 40 tons of maize as the difference was represented on option B. So we know that the answer for question 35 was B. We quickly go to 36. The question says, Chipo had a 200 kwacha. She bought a dress at 70 kwacha and shoes at 60 kwacha. How much money did she remain with? So first and foremost, let's look at her expenditure. Alright, her expenditure, we know that what did she buy? Dress. She bought this dress at 70 kwacha. She also had shoes, which she bought at 60 kwacha. Alright, so that's all. Out of the 200, she bought a dress at 70 kwacha and shoes at 60 kwacha. How much did she remain with? So let's add whatever she spent. So she spent 130 kwacha. That's her total expenditure. So for us to calculate how much she remained with, okay? How much she remained with? For us to know how much she remained with, we know we are going to say the total amount she had, take away her total expenditure, which was 130, and that should be able to give us 70 kwacha as the answer. And 70 kwacha on question 36, 70 kwacha was represented as option C. So the answer for 36 was C. Question 37 says, Wezi had 40 oranges and he sold 3/4 of them. How many oranges did he sell? Wezi had 40 oranges and he sold 3/4 of them. How many oranges did he sell? There we just say 30/4 times 40. We can even say over 1. 4 there, 1. 4 there, 1. So that means a 10. So 3 times 10 should be able to give us 30 over 1 times 1, 1. 1 into 30 gives us 30 oranges. So Wezi had sold 30 oranges, and 30 oranges came as option B. So 37, the answer was B. Question 38. Multiply 1.97 times 2.4. To be able to calculate that one, first things first, we're just going to write that number in that way. Then we'll say times 24. In the meantime, we're just going to leave out the decimal point or the decimal place and just do the multiplication like that, so that we can remember the decimal places at the end. Alright, so now We begin our multiplication. 4 times 7 is 28. So you write 8, carry a 2. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 2 is 38. So 8 again, carry a 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. Okay, we've used 4 to multiply everything on top. Now we move to 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Remainder 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1, 19. So 9, remainder 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus remainder 1 is 2. So you do that. Oh, pardon me. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, it's a 3 there. Give us a 3. So let's add, put a place value there, a placeholder rather. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 2. Remainder 1. 7 plus 9 is 16, plus 1, 17. So 7. Remainder 1. 0 plus 3 is 3, plus 1, 4. So that's what our final answer. We remember the 3 decimal places that we left out there. We put them back, starting from the right, going to the left. 1, 2, 3. And so our answer becomes 4.728. And if we look at our multiple choice, on our multiple choice questions which we had on question 38, we see 4.728 being represented as option C. And so our answer for 38 was C. Question 39. Look at the Venn diagram below. So we have our Venn diagram under consideration there. And the question says the set V union C, or pardon me, the set V union W is dash. So now they want us to find set V union W in this way. So it should be equal to, so when they say union, they want you to list all elements under consideration in both the sets that you are looking at. So we consider V and W there, and so we get everything in V and everything in W in that way. So we get A, comma, B, comma, D, comma, C, comma, E, comma, F. So V union W is everything under this shaded area. So we write them all down. So you can even arrange it in order there and say A, B, C, D, E, F. And that becomes our answer. H and G are not part of the answers because these are elements found outside the union of V and W. So if you look at question 39 and the multiple choice that came, our answer A, B, C, D, E, F is represented as option C, and therefore our answer for 39 was C. We quickly go to 40. On question 40, they say, what is 40% of 200? So you say 40% over 100% times 200. So percent and percent cancel each other. 0 and the 0 cancel each other. That 0 cancel that 0. So 4 times 20. 4 times 20 gives us 80 over 1. 1 into 80 is equal to 8. So 40% of 200 is 80. Right, so our answer is 80 there. And if we look at our options, we have A being 90, B 160, C being 500, and D being 8,000. However, the 8 which we have found, which is the answer, is not there. So preferably we can say that on question 40, there was an error, there was no actual answer. However, if it is for us to be able to choose an answer among the answers which have been provided, we would go for option A, which talked about We said 90 because it's closest to the answer. However, we just believe that it is an error preferably. But that's how you are supposed to solve it. That's the correct answer. Question 41. An amount of 360 kwacha was shared among 3 children in the ratio 2 to 3 to 4. How much was the smallest share? So there, let's calculate for each. We're going to create for the ratio 2, then we'll consider the ratio that and that. So we're looking at the ratio 2 to 3 to 4. So when we add 2 plus 3, it's 5 plus 4, it's 9. So we have the total being equal to 9. So let's start our calculations. We'll say 2 over 9. So 2 over 9, the total, times 360. 9 there, 1, 9 into 36 is 4. 2 times 40 is 8. We got the second ratio, which was 3 over 9 times the 360. 9 there, 1, 9 there, 4. 3 times 40 gives us 120. And then we got the last one, which was 4 over 9 times 360. 9 there, 1, 9 there, 4. 4 times 40, we get 160. And so when we add 160 plus 120 gives us 280. 280 plus 80 gives us 360. So we can safely say the one who got the share, let me put them in this way again, the way they were. So the one who had the 2 part of the ratio got 80. The one who had the 3 part of the ratio got 120, and the one who had the 4 part of the ratio got 160. And so we can safely say that the one who had the smallest share got 80 kwacha. So 80 kwacha was the share given to the person who had the smallest amount, and as 41, the 80% was represented as question B. Alright, we move on to the next question. The next question says convert 102 base 5 to base 10. Alright, so we have our 102 there. And so we're going to show that this is in base 5. Let me use a different color of a marker. I'm going to show that this is in base 5. So that those are the ones of the power 2 of, in that way. Let's begin our solution. Alright, so 2 times 5 to the power 0 is 1, which is equal to 2 times 1 should be 2. Then secondly, we have our 0 there, times 5 to the power 1 is 5, which is equal to 0. We have our third option with the 1, which is there, times 5 to the power 2, which is 25. And 1 times 25 should give us 25 in that way. And then we add 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 5 is 7. So we have our 7, and then we have our 2. So convert 102 base 5 to base 10 is 27. And if we look at our answers that we had on this question, we notice that 27 was represented as option D. Therefore, we can safely say and conclude that the answer for question 42 was D. We quickly move on to question 43. Question 43 gives us a diagram there, and the question reads, the angle marked B in the triangle below is called dash. The angle marked B in the triangle below is called dash. So we have this triangle and they want us to be able to name that angle. And we have been given some options. A says it's an acute angle, B says it's a right angle, C says it's an obtuse angle, and D says it's a straight angle. So for you to be able to know the correct answer here, what you do is you must be able to know what each of these answers are. The first one is an acute angle, and an acute angle is an angle between 0 and 90. So we are saying this is the angle which is going to start 1, 2, 3, all the way to 89.9. Because the moment it hammers 90 degrees, it has become a right angle. And we come to the right B, which says right angle. A right angle is an angle which is exactly at 90 degrees. And then we have C, which is obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is an angle which is between 90 and 180. So which means an obtuse angle is an angle which is within the range 91 all the way to 179.9. That would be an obtuse angle. And a straight line angle is an angle which is at 80 degrees, 180 degrees. A straight line angle is an angle which is measured exactly at 180 degrees. So looking at this, we're able to derive a 90 degrees there plus that shape. So this qualifies to be an obtuse angle. Looking at this, we can see it has a right angle in it, meaning it's 90, but has acquired this extra space there. So it's somewhere between the range 90 and 180. So obtuse, which is option C, becomes the best answer which we can go for. We straight away rush to solving question 43 so that we can conclude soonest. So question 43 is asking us to be able to multiply. And so for us to be able to multiply, we should do it vertically in that way. Times 63. So we do 3 times 9, it gives us 27. So you write 7, carry a 2. 3 times 5 is 15. Pardon me. Yes, this is 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus a 2 is 17. So 7, carry a 1. 3 times 5 again is 15, plus the remainder 1 is 16, so you write a 16 in full. So I'm multiplying everything on top with a 3. Now we are going to multiply everything on top with a 6. 6 times 9. 6 times 9 should be able to give us 54. So you write a 3, you carry a 5. You write a 3. And you carry a 5. All right. 6 times 5 is 30, plus the remainder 5, you have 35. So 5, carry another 3. 6 times 5 is 30, plus the remainder 3, you have 33 in that way. So put the addition sign, put 0 as a placeholder there, and let's add together. So 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 1, carry 1. 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 1, that should be a 2, carry another 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus the remainder 1 is 5. 5, then you have a 3 there, and that becomes our final answer. Now we choose on our options. We are saying that our answer is 35,217. In that answer was represented as option D on our multiple choice. So it comes as D, and therefore we know that 43, our answer was D. We quickly go to question 45, and question 45 says, express 16% as a decimal. So for us to be able to express 16% there, we know that 16% must be over 100%. So we can cancel out the percentages in that way, and then we can say 100 into 16, it goes there 0 times. So add a 0 there. The moment you add a 0, add a point to the decimal number. The decimal place comes in. 100 into 160 goes there 1 time. Remember, 60. 100 into 60, it can't therefore add another 6. 100 into 600 is a 6. And remember, nothing. Therefore, 0.16 qualifies to become the answer that we are seeking after, and that answer was represented as option C. It was represented on option C, and therefore we can conclude that our answer for question 45 was C. We quickly rush to question 48 so that we finish as soon as possible. Question 48 says the mapping below is called A. The mapping below is called A. So this one, just looking at the way it is, we're able to tell that it is a many to one kind of mapping. It's a many to one. You have these two being mapped to one, and the whole lot of mapping that we're able to see becomes a many to one, and that was represented as option C. So C was our answer on question 46. Number 47. Number 47 says, a farmer planted cabbage in 9 rows. Each row had 108 cabbages. How many cabbages were planted altogether? So we are told that this farmer planted cabbages in 9 rows. However, each row had 108 cabbages. So what we are able to do there, we know we are supposed to multiply, so it will be 108 multiplied by 9 for us to be able to know the total number of cabbages which this farmer had at the end. So let's begin to multiply. 8 times 9, the answer is 72. So you write a 2 there, carry a 7. 9 times 0, it's 0, plus 7, it's 7. 9 times 1 is 9. And so our answer becomes 972. And 972 was represented as option A. So this means that this farmer had 972 cabbages, heads of cabbage, all together, and that was represented on option A. We now go to question 48. Question 48 is 13.5 minus 7.82. So we're looking at 13.5 minus 7.82. Put a placeholder there, subtract another placeholder there. So 0 take away 2, it can't. So borrow from there, it means a 4, that becomes a 10. 10 take away 2 is 8. 4 minus 8, it can't. Therefore, borrow 1 from 3, it means a 2, that becomes a 14. 14 take away 8, we have 6 in the point. 2 take away 7, it can't. Borrow from 1, remains a 0. The 2 becomes a 12. 12 take away 7, you have 5. And therefore, our answer is 5.68. And 5.68 came as the answer on D. Alright. Question 49. Question 49 says, convert 73 to base 8 numbers. Convert 73 to base 8 numbers. So for us to be able to do that, I think we're going to draw something like that. There we'll have the base we want to go in, and there we'll have the base 10 number which we are given 73, and at the end there we put our remainder. So 8 into 73 goes there 9 times, remainder 1. 8 into 9 goes there one time, remainder 1. 8 into 1 goes there 0 times, remainder 1. So we have to write now our base starting from the one at the end to, so we start from the one at the bottom, 1, 1, 1, then that should be base 8. Alright, having done that, we now know that 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 is base 8. And that answer was shown as option C in our paper. That came as option C in our paper. Question 50. The question says, how many faces does a cube have? How many faces does a cube have? So there is straightforward. Every cube has 6 faces. 6 faces. And this answer is represented by option B. So our answer for 50 was B. We go to 51. 51 says a rectangle material of length 10.4 m is cut into 4 equal pieces. Find the length of each piece. Find the length of each piece. So we are told that a rectangle material has a length of 10.4 meters and is cut into 4 equal pieces. So what we are looking at there is 10.4 over 4 equal pieces. So for us to be able to solve that, we say times 10 because of one decimal place and also at the bottom times 10. So we have something like 104 over 14. So 40 into 104 goes there 2 times, remainder 24. 40 into 24, it can't add a 0, put a point. 40 into 240, that's a 6 without a remainder. So we know it was in meters. So we know now that if we cut that rectangle material into 4 equal pieces, each piece will have 2.6 meters, and 2.6 meters was represented as option C on our multiple choice. We quickly rush to question 52. Question 52 says, find the total length of the edges of a cube. Now you need to know how many edges does a cube have. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we are given 2 there. So we're looking at 12 edges times the 2 centimeter we are given. So 12 times 2 centimeter, we're looking at 24 centimeters as the total length of the edges of the cube, and 24 centimeters was represented as option B. In that way. We go to question 53. Question 53 says, it says 3,000, write down 3,335 to the nearest 100. So we're looking at 3,335, writing it to the nearest, and so we know these are ones, tens, hundreds, and the thousands. So the nearest 100 is that, somewhere there. Therefore, these 3 right before the 100 becomes round off figure. So because that 3 is below 5, we just cancel it and we replace them with the zeros. So we're looking at the nearest 100 being 3300, and that becomes the number to the nearest 100, and 3,300 was represented as option C. We go to question 54. Question 54 says, convert 1,000 $350 to Zambian kwacha, given that the exchange rate is $1 to 8 kwacha 50 ngwe. So for us to be able to calculate that one, they've told us that $1 is equal to 8 kwacha 50 ngwe. And therefore, they want us to know how much $1,350 would be in Zambian kwacha. So you do direct proportion that way, you cross multiply. 1 times x gives us x, which is equal to 1,350 times 8 and 8.5 should be able to give us 11,475 kwacha as our answer. And we see that 11,475 kwacha was shown as option D, came under option D, and therefore we can safely say 54, the answer was D. Question 55, and it reads, if 15% of a class of 40 learners go to school by bus, how many learners in the class use a bus? How many learners in the class use a bus? So we are looking at 15% of the learners, so 15% that should be over 100 in that way, times the 40 learners, which is the total number of learners in a class. We do that over 1. So percentage and percentage cancel each other there, and 0 there cancels that 0. 15 times 4 gives us 60 over 10 times 1, it's a 10. So 10 into 60 is 6. So this 6 represents the number of learners who go to school, or rather come to school by bus. And this answer 6 was represented by option A. That was option A. So 55, the answer was A. We go to 56. 56 says, calculate the simple interest on 20,000 kwacha invested for 3 years at the rate of 5% per annum. So we're looking at a simple interest as the formula principal times rate times time over 100, which is equal to principal referring to the amount of money invested. So we're talking about 20,000 times the rate, which is 5%, times time, which is 3 years, over 100. 20 times 5 is 100,000. 100,000 times 3, we're talking about 300,000 over 100. So you can say 0 there, 0, 0 there, there. So we have 1 into 3,000 remaining, we have 3,000. So we're talking about 3,000 kwacha as interest accumulated. So 3,000 kwacha was the interest accumulated, and that came as option B. We go to question 57, which says find the value of 4 to the power 2. 4 to the power 2, we're looking at 4 times 4, which should be able to give us 16 as the value of 4 to the power 2, and 16 came as option D for 57, option D. 58 says set B equals A, B, C. How many subsets does set B have? So for us to find the number of subsets for set B, which has 3 elements, we know that subsets is equal to the formula 2 to the power n. Remember, the n represents the number of elements that a set has. So we have 2 to the power 3. Why 3? Because we have 1, 2, 3 elements in this set. And we'll have 2 times 2 times 2, which should be able to give us 8 subsets. So 8 was the answer for 57 and it came under option A. That was option A. We quickly go to 59. Question 59 said, using pi being equal to 3.14, calculate the area of a circle with radius 4 centimeters. So using that pi and the radius 4 centimeters, and we've been told we should calculate the area of this particular circle. So we know area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. So we have 3.14 times 4 times 4. So if we multiply 3.14 times 4 times 4, this gives us 50.24 centimeters. 50.24 centimeters, and that answer was represented on option D. Option D. So 59, the answer was D. And lastly and finally, we do the last question in this paper, and then we are done. We've come a long way together. And now we conclude with the last question, which says, find the area of the triangle below. Find the area of a triangle below. So we know that area of a triangle is equal to half times base times height, which is equal to half times the height. The height is this is the height of the triangle, so that's our h. So the height is 5 times the base is this one. Okay, now maybe before I write height, let me rather say the base is that. Let me put the base there times the height now, which is the 5. So we can simply say, okay, we can first start by multiplying. What is half of 8? It is 4 times 5. Then 4 times 5 should be able to give us 20, and you can say centimeters squared in that way. So our answer for that question was 20 centimeters squared, and 20 centimeters squared came as option B. Yes, finally we finished the paper together. Thank you for following through. Please make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe, and also you share to your friends so that they too can be able to revise with us. Thank you so much for staying tuned.